My name is Christy Busby, and you are about to listen to the next episode of my podcast called F.A.T.E, From Atheism to Enlightenment. So come on in, join me. We're going to talk about it all, from atheism to enlightenment. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Get ready, and welcome to your F.A.T.E. Hi, everybody. My name's Christy Busby. I am so thankful that you have joined me on my first ever episode of F.A.T.E, From Atheism to Enlightenment. This will be the shortest episode of our series. I'm just going to talk a little bit about myself, my journey, and my transformation. And I'm going to do it and keep you as little as possible, because I really want to look forward to the next episode where I have a guest on and I'm able to bring you a lot of the different perspectives that I have been exposed to over the last few years. So let me just set this whole thing up as to what am I doing here? Why did I step on my path? And how have I gone from being pretty content atheist to somebody who now believes in a higher power? I believe in something bigger than myself, which for me is a huge transformation in itself, since I was not in that camp for most of my life, much to my parents' chagrin. Where shall I start? I guess I need to start 10 years ago when I got severely ill. And the doctors couldn't figure out why. And I was in intensive care for 11 days. I almost died with meningitis, encephalitis. It was awful. It took me a few months to recover. From that point on, for the next decade, I was never whole again. I struggled with everything from chronic fatigue to brain fog to balance issues to memory issues to not being able to walk, to eyesight issues. Like, it was a game of whack-a-mole with me, where I would be able to maintain some level of being upright and working just enough to keep my health insurance and my roof over my head. And the rest of the time I was seeking my health, seeking my cure. And when you are in that kind of situation where you are desperate for anything to change and bring you back to life, it really allows you to open your mind in ways that you never would have otherwise. I, ladies and gentlemen, did every single alternative healing technique that you could shake a stick at. I mean, you name it, I would do it. Many of these modalities I'm going to speak of on this podcast, many of them are really viable, super helpful, natural, and will really transform how you feel. I have so many health hacks to share, in addition to all the spirituality discussions I'll be having in future episodes. I really do have a lot of whole healing methods that I can bring to people if they're struggling in that arena. And I really feel like there's so many of us struggling with our health and can't figure out what's going on. And Western medicine is not giving us the answers that we need in order to feel like ourselves again. So from my health crisis, you get into Reiki healing, you get into acupuncture, and it starts talking about energy. It starts talking about meridians. It starts talking about what our bodies are truly made of as far as frequency, vibration. And once you start listening to people talk about manifestation, and meditation for me has been a game changer. I really did experience a dark period in my life. I was not myself. I was beyond sick. I was in a dark place for a very long time. And when you get that deep into something, there is nothing that you won't do to try to regain your health. And I spent years doing just that, trying everything. and keeping an open mind and learning different perspectives that would help me heal. And I would level up and I would level up. And then I'd take steps back. Some backward steps were definitely taken. And then I'd level up and keep going until I finally started coming out of the dark and being able to function. And then it was a period of maybe a year or two of continuously doing some of these health modalities that I found where I had enough strength to feel good again, feel myself again. And during that process of seeking my health, I just was exposed to a level of information that I never would have been exposed to otherwise. And it changed me fundamentally. It has rethought my whole entire way of looking at our reality. I walk with a different lens on my eyeballs. I enjoy entirely different things. My friends have changed. I spend so much more time alone. I am very much in touch with how I'm thinking, what I'm feeling in every moment. I live so much more consciously. I have never been more at peace in my life. Me, somebody who was a complete and total atheist, happily, for many decades of my life, it has been a transformation I can't seem to even believe myself. I'm I'm beyond shocked that me, if you knew me, it's just not something that I ever thought that I would experience in my life is a gradual progression towards spirituality. I mean, there is just such a deep well of information out there that if you start looking for it, you find it. And if you're ready to receive that information, you will. And I think for me, I had to go through a tunnel of healing and opening my mind and understanding that maybe I don't have it all figured out and that there's a lot more going on than I have ever imagined. And it's much easier to embrace a different perspective when when you're so open to healing. But it was a period of learning and growing and experiencing things that I had never experienced before that allowed me to step on my path where I truly believe we are beings of light. We never die. We are powerful. We are energy. And we have completely forgotten who we are, what our real history is, and what we're really capable of. And I'm still working it out. I really am. I don't have all of the answers. I don't know, but I do know that I'm fascinated, I'm excited, and I want to talk about it. And there really aren't a whole lot of people in my life that I can talk about this stuff with. I have a few. Some of them are going to be on the podcast with me. In fact, my healing partner, Brandy Altrichter, will be on my first episode. And she and I have had very parallel healing journeys, and we have a fascinating story. And that is going to be episode 2. It's going to be called My Soul Sister. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, rounding back on me, I'm just stepping on my path. I've just started learning and embracing and seeing the side of it. So I really wanted to do a podcast because I have many, many questions, and I would love to be able to bring people on this show and ask them questions that would allow me to open my mind and change my perspective and maybe change your perspective. I'm not here to bash religion. And if you are involved in a religion that makes you happy and gives you a sense of peace and wholeness, I think that's wonderful. And I have no judgment on your path. Your path is your path. And people can only meet you where they're at in life. And I truly believe that not everyone is going to awaken in their lifetime. Some people awaken, some people come back and they have to go again until they have that moment of awakening. And I do believe that in order to awaken, you need to be shaken. You need your whole life to kind of shatter. I guess it's dark night of the soul where you lose yourself. So I'm here asking questions. I'm going to bring you guests that will open your mind, that will make you think, that will have you start living more consciously. I think that there is a lot that we don't know. I think there's so much out there to discover still. We do not have it all worked out. We do not know exactly what the nature of our reality is. We don't know what consciousness is. We don't know how much our belief systems really dictate our lives, how vibration and frequency really are the song of the universe. It is all so fascinating to me. And if this is at all fascinating to you, I would love for you to join me. It's going to be amazing. It is going to be funny and it is going to be a good time. I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Here I am. I've been through a lot. I wouldn't consider myself a podcaster, although I do have a story. And I absolutely am interested in examining what human nature is, what our culture is, what are we doing here? I want to talk about it all, from atheism to enlightenment. It is going to be a journey, and I would be honored if you came with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd love to have you with me. Comment anything you want. I am excited. I'm grateful, and I look forward to doing this again. Welcome to your fate, guys. I'll see you on episode 2. Bye. Alrighty, guys, that is a wrap on the very first episode of Fate. I hope you hang in there because I have such great stuff coming up for you in future episodes. I just wanted to get my little story out of the way so we can get into the good stuff. Next week, I'm going to be having Brandy Altrichter on. We mainly discuss what is called Kambo. It is a South American ritual. It is a potent detoxifier and purifier of the body. It involves the giant monkey tree frog. It was my first step into doing any kind of plant or animal medicine. We talk all about it. It's pretty fascinating stuff. Please join me next week. I promise you these shows are only going to get better. I am still not great with probably the sound and editing. I'm going to improve. I'm a one-man band here. I'm doing it all on my own. So stick with me. We're going to get it together. Journey with me. Go ahead and follow me on the show. I'm on Insta at F.A.T.E Podcast. It's F.A.T.E podcast on Instagram. There's also a YouTube channel. It's the F.A.T.E YouTube channel at F.A.T.E. Go ahead, comment. Let me know what you think of the show. DM me. Give me some ideas. Give me some feedback. Please like and share and subscribe and stick with me. I've got some pretty great guests coming on board, and I really think it's going to be fantastic. So follow me, guys. Keep with me. Don't let me down. I would love to continue doing this. It's only going to get better. I'm going to leave it there. And I hope you tune in next week for episode 2, My Soul Sister, with Brandy Altrichter. Until then, gang, journey well.